Bruce Blatter obviously had a terrific game, but that paddle save he made like midway through the first period, how much confidence you think that gave him, but also the players in front of him?
Well, it certainly gave the group confidence. The whole bench got up. When you make a save like that, it's bound to lift the guys. What it does for him, I don't know. I don't know him that well, but I assume it makes him feel pretty good. And it certainly gave our guys a lift, and it gives their team something to think about, when those don't go in. So at the end of the day, I think it was obviously a critical play in the game. Yeah.
And any word on Tenori yet?
Upper body, not great. But we'll have a better evaluation or better probably diagnosis tomorrow.
Thank you.
Joe Haggerty.
Hey, Butchie, just how welcome is that offense that Trent Frederick obviously tonight provided, but last few weeks to a month, you've seen it more and more.
Well, we need it. I mean, it's been discussed. I mean, people have to pitch in. Great job by Pasta in front of the net. You need the net presence. We encourage guys going to the net. And I think Hags, honestly, lately we've blocked a lot of maybe our own potential goals by going to the net. So if we can sort through that and face the puck going there, we might finally get to the end game for that part of the net presence. I know Kampf went 2 later and Bergie hit him, but we've had a few like that. But the fact that you have a net presence always creates problems. So good play by Zaboro on the blue line. I think he missed a few plays earlier, but stayed with it, found his game eventually, made a nice play to Freddie High. Good for Freddie to shoot. We've been reticent to do that, put pucks on net. Doesn't always have to be the perfect goal. Obviously, our first one on the power play was a real nice one, but sometimes you got to get those greasy ones, and we certainly needed it. It's one. We're certainly searching for more, but we'll take this one. It got us 2 points, and hopefully build on it in Buffalo.
Kevin Paul Dupont.
Butch, if I'm correct, you used Steen on 2 lines. What did you think of his performance?
I thought he was good, Kevin. I mean, the power play on some of the penalty kills, the kid comes up and he's played some special teams in Providence, and we're trying to build with what we have here. So we got boxed out of those a little bit. We'll have to look at that going forward. And at the end, he got hit and his nose was a little bloody. So you can't go on the ice if you're dripping. So they're trying to fix him up, the poor guy. But so he got caught in the shuffle there too. But all in all, I thought he did his job. I thought he was pretty good on the walls for a kid that has played more center. We'll look closer, but he helped us win though. I noticed some good things, some puck battles, and I noticed him wanting to attack, and he put pucks on net. Some of them were for bad angles, but that's part of what we're trying to build in. So to have a shooting mentality is a good thing. So all in all, I'd say mostly good stuff, Kevin. But again, we'll look at it and decide if, obviously he's a better fit for Krejci or Coyle going forward, and see what our lineup looks like Thursday.
And if Tenori has to miss time, Vaakanainen would be next up at this point?
No, it could be a Sean. He's a smaller body, but gives you more of a dynamic puck movement. So we'll look at Buffalo and see what the best fit would be. Vac's been the one that's been playing, but Sean is here. I'm not going to rule out Tenori yet until tomorrow, at least get a better diagnosis tomorrow, but doesn't look encouraging right now for Thursday, but we'll make that decision a little more tomorrow. It's an off day, so we'll look at that, and Thursday morning probably give you a better answer on that, if which lefty would go in.
Thank you.
Yep.
Last question, Chris Ryan.
Hey, Bruce, we've talked about it a lot this year in terms of the way this team responds when it's a game that you quote unquote need. Did you see that again, from the group tonight, particularly in your own end in front of the young netminder?
Yeah. I mean, that was a bit of the message this morning is there's no do or die games in the middle of the regular season or must wins, right? There's games you got to be a little more dialed in, focused, give a little more. And that's what we addressed. This was one of those. You got to stop the bleeding at certain points, get back in the win column, and then build your game. And it doesn't always have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be a statement game, so to speak. And I think this was one of those. The effort was there from our leadership group. Knowing that Vladdy's first game, there's going to be some jitters. Let's make sure we're not putting it on his plate in the first 10 minutes. So I thought we accomplished that. Obviously, other areas of our game needed to be better. We know that, and we'll continue to build on that. But yes, this was a game that we identified as one, like, you know, fellas, you know, let's bring it. And not, I don't want that to sound like we're not going to bring it every night, but you know, be focused, be ready, get dialed in here this afternoon and make sure that you're in a position to get yourself ready to play. So just emphasize and a few more of those points. And I thought guys were, so they responded. This team doesn't like to lose. Certainly don't like to be in a losing streak. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well.